Hi and welcome to 2024 and my first hotel review of the year. I am in a hotel that I have reviewed before, and they've got a couple of different types of rooms depending on how old the hotel is or some of the features that they have. But I am in a Premier Inn. Come and have a look. Hi, it's Craig. Welcome back to Craig's Live. Hope you're well. Happy New Year. A little bit late. Today is the 22nd of January 2024, and I am in a Premier Inn at Manchester Airport. I have a very early flight tomorrow out to Cork, and rather than driving across the Pennines first thing in the morning, because there's a bit of a storm going on out there, I thought it would be safer to actually have a hotel for the night, just in case the weather takes a turn for the worst and I get delayed. Now, I have reviewed Premier Inns before. They're on this channel. You can have a look at them. There's a standard Premier Inn and there's a Premier Inn Premier Plus room. Now, there's something a little bit interesting about this hotel and Premier Inn as a whole at Manchester Airport. But let's have a look at the room first. So this is a view we see as soon as you walk into the room. First thing you can see is my reflection in that mirror over there. That unit over there, which is the wardrobe, most commonly is here. Okay, now I don't know how old this hotel is, but it looks like there is some work going in, and there are Premier Plus rooms in this hotel, which are a little bit of a step above. And in a Premier Plus room, you can get either a free dessert or a free starter or a free drink in the bar, and you get the free upgraded Wi-Fi, and you get a better coffee machine. But this does look in many cases a little bit like a Premier Plus room to a certain extent. We've got the mirror here with the hairdryer with the illumination around it, so that looks very nice. And this is clearly one of the new rooms. We have the Premier Inn signature purple light above the bed there, the usual comfy beds with the Hypnos mattresses and pillows and duvets, which you can buy for your own house. You can buy those online for your own house. We've got the new units with the plug sockets on both sides. You've got the new chair and table, which you also get in the Premier Plus rooms. Power on both sides is complete with USB as well. And if I just spin around, so this is this unit we were looking at with some spare pillows, a little bit of hanging space, drawer at the bottom, and the usual tea coffee making facilities and decent sized TV. And if I just move the menu out of the way, you've got a USB, not a USB, I beg your pardon, we have got an HDMI socket here, so if I wanted I can plug my laptop in here and it'll play straight through the TV, which is always a nice touch. And we have the controller here for the heat, which I have actually for a change got the heat on because it's been quite cold out there, but I will switch it off shortly, which is blowing from just up there. Now if we go and have a little look into the bathroom, we can see it is also an updated bathroom. Rather than it having the bath with the shower over it, it's got a full shower cubicle, it's got the wand, it's got the rainfall. We have got Baylis Harding shower gel there, which is a good brand. And there's me again, and we've got the more up-to-date sink and toilet. So this room, as many of the rooms in this hotel, and there was a sign just as you come up before you get into the lift that they are doing work in this hotel, so it's clear that this is one of the updated rooms. Now I've just turned the main lights out in the room so that you can see. Now we're not far away from Manchester Airport here. I'm just going to move this blind out of the way. In fact, I think Manchester Airport is just sort of over there. There is a teeny bit of draft coming through here, but also on this site we have got a Holiday Inn Express. I think this is airport parking here, not hotel parking. But the interesting thing is, if we look just across there, there's another Premier Inn. And directly opposite that is the Holiday Inn Express. Now, I have stayed in that Holiday Inn Express. It was £80 for tonight. It's £12 overnight for parking because they don't own the land, but you get a free breakfast. These hotels were about the same sort of price. They were £59 for the night, £10 overnight for your parking, but you don't get the breakfast. So I can imagine they get a lot of guests going to the wrong Premier Inn. Now, that one over there didn't have Premier Plus rooms. This one did. I didn't book a Premier Plus room, but I'm sure we get a lot of guests getting confused as to which Premier Inn they've actually booked into. So there we are. We've got a little bit of an interesting setup here. I don't ever recall having a situation where I've got two hotels from the same chain within spitting distance of each other. They both do basically the same sort of thing. The rooms will basically be the same. I don't know what the rooms are like in that one compared to this one. I do know this is having refurbishment. There are signs in the reception as you come in. They still have the same good night guarantee, which they always do. One of the lifts was out of order. You pay for your parking, £10 overnight. I know people, we don't like having to pay for overnight parking. I did once question why they charge for overnight parking at that Holiday Inn Express. It's because they don't own the land. And I am guessing that it's the same here. Maybe the land belongs to the airport. I don't actually know. But as you can see from the map, which I'm going to put up right now, as you come into it, you will see Premier Inn on Runga Lane, Manchester Airport, and it is probably very easy for guests to get confused. I looked at the email and I looked at, this is the big long white building rather than the brown building, which is in kind of like a little U shape. So that's how I knew which one I was in. But the lady on reception did says, yes, we get so many who come to the wrong one. So I guess that's a little bit frustrating. But this is a better quality Premier Inn than I've had in most. It's better than some of the new rooms in some of them, but it's not quite the same as the Premier Plus, because the Premier Plus rooms also have a little mini fridge as well, which you don't have here. But overall, I think, as a whole, and I've said this before, for Premier Inn, you get what you pay for. And we have the usual two questions of, one, will I stay here again? And two, what score, one being the worst, 5 being the best, would I give this hotel? Yes, I would stay here again in a heartbeat if I have to catch an early flight out of the airport. You're only a few minutes away from the airport, and I'm driving around there in the morning and leaving my car in the midday. As far as a score, they're pretty standard. As far as, I'm going to be different here. If we're looking at a scale of 1 to 5 purely for Premier Inn and nothing else, I'd give this one a 4. If we're looking on the scale of a lot of the other hotels that I've stayed in, it probably wouldn't be quite as high as that. But in regards of the Premier Inns, yes, it's definitely I'd definitely say it's a 4 on a Premier Inn scale, but probably a 3 if we compare it with all the other hotels that I've actually been on. So just a little bit to confuse you there. Anyway, so that's it from me, and that's it from the Premier Inn here at Manchester Airport. I am, as I've already said, on my way to Cork, so there will be the review of a hotel there. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing you right here on Craig's Life. Until then, bye!